Hey, YouTubers, Tazman here, bringing you a new series, possibly? More of, I don't know what I'd call this. However, so you can help me decide what to call this, but right now I'm thinking along the lines of WoW versus DDO. Um, DDO is Dungeons and Dragons Online, of course, WoW is World of Warcraft. And they're both MMORPGs, which is massive online multiplayer role-playing games. Um, and recently, I've had some friends that I've done videos with and stuff in the past that have asked me to play with them on Dungeons and Dragons Online. So I've been asked by them, questions about WoW, and then I've also been questioned by some other people about Dungeons & Dragons Online. However, there's lots and lots of other MMORPGs. I just don't have time to actually go into every single one of them, even though I've played quite a few of them. I mean, there's like Rift, there's Guild Wars, there's, numerous. I'm not going to name them all, because that would take almost the whole video. But what I wanted to do is kind of give you guys a comparison. Now, I will be the first to admit I'm probably biased towards WoW because I've been playing it ever since just before their first expansion released, which I think might have been like 14 years ago. And I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons Online not even a year, probably closer to months, and basically I only play on Monday with these guys. So I'm going to give you a heads up, right up front, I'm probably more biased towards WoW. However, there are some really cool things in Dungeons & Dragons Online that I like, along with things I don't like. There are things in WoW I like, along with don't like. But I just want to present you with what I know of the two, because I've been getting that question quite a bit, and ultimately you make your own decision. So the very first thing, they're both subscription. You can play for free. However, well, actually, so they both cost about the same amount, $14.99 a month. So it rounds up after taxes and stuff. I think it's $16.07 maybe. Some of the differences, for example, with the free account on WoW, you can create 50 characters. You can only get to level 20, and then you either have to start a new character, or you just don't keep getting XP. You can keep playing, you just can't keep leveling up higher and higher. So 20 is the cap. With Dungeons and Dragons Online, I'm not 100% sure. They only allow you, as you can see right here, you'll only get 3 characters unless you buy account upgrades. Account upgrades are different classes and things of that nature. Now, what I was planning on doing with this is we were going to create a rogue in WoW, and we're going to create a rogue in DDO. And we'll kind of compare the two, because like I said, there are lots of features in DDO that I really like that I would love to see put in WoW, and vice versa. I think from what I've been playing in DDO, I'd like some features from WoW to move over there. However, then I guess it would be the same game if all of the features matched up. So anyway, price for subscription is the same. What we're going to do, however, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at the character creation. So we're going to click create here, and let it think for a minute. So in character creation in DDO, you have the types of characters you can create. Now, there are some that are locked that you can either pay using DDO money, which is their kind of in-game type of money that you accumulate slowly. So eventually you could actually unlock lots of things. So for example, the monk, if we went under the spell types and then class, you'll see the favored soul, the druid, and the warlock are locked. Lock. Under specialists, we have the artificer and the alchemist are locked. Under iconic, we have everything locked. So the tiefling scoundrel, the ASMR, Scourge, Deep Gnome, Blade Forge, what does that say? Morning Lord, Purple Dragon, and Shadar Kai. So it does have less characters that you can actually become, but like I said, we're just going to be a rogue, which I'm in the wrong class. I think they're under specialists. So we're just going to be a rogue because they're available on both of them. Now, not all the classes are necessarily represented in both of them. I don't think there is a bard type in WoW. However, WoW also has something called a Death Knight and Demon Hunter, which are not represented here. Trying to think. There's not real. Well, there's really not a Warforged, but now there's Mechanomes as a race. So it's not going to necessarily be a one-to-one. However, there are lots of them. So we're going to go ahead and choose a rogue. We're going to say our path is going to be, looks like we have 3 choices. So we have stealthy, we have crafty and intelligent, and we have lively. I think we're going to go for stealthy. And let's do our race. So as you can see, lots of these races are locked. Once again, you can unlock them by using DDO points, which you slowly do accumulate by playing. I think I've been playing 4 or 5 months and I have like 300 points. Now I can't remember if I bought anything else, but that's kind of just gives you an idea. So with our rogue, let's maybe do, what would be good? Maybe can't be wood elf, halfling, half elf. Does this one give you higher dex? So I think that's good. Let's do an elf with green hair apparently. Then we can go to our look. So there are tons of customization colors in this, and there's a fair amount of your different other options as far as, you know, the nose. I think there's like 3 noses. Yeah. I really don't see a huge change between the 3. Lips, there's actually a fair amount of them. Let's see, like there's 11 lips. We won't go through all of them. There's facial details. There's 10 of those, it looks like. So this is like scars, piercings, things I don't really see changing because they might be on the opposite side. I'm assuming number 1 is nothing. Skin colors, there's a lot of skin colors that you just choose. Now, from what I've seen, it doesn't matter where in here you click, it all is the same. I can't really see shades changing. So I'm assuming that's it. You can change lip color. Your eye color you can change also. You know, give her some nice violet colored eyes or something. Eyes, they're just the eye shape and stuff. Let's see, can we get to the top of those? There are 16 of those. Eyebrows, there are 8 of those. From super bushy to not so bushy. I don't know. Hair color, you can change hair color. There are more hair colors. A lot of these color options, there's actually a lot more in DDO. I don't know. And then of course there is hairstyles, and it looks like there is 28 of those. Maybe we'll just do number 6 there. I don't know, I don't like the pulled back weird look. That Comes with a little tiara. So there we go. And then if we, let's see, we're going to try and name these the same. Lindy. I'm going to try Lindy. Oh, and then we could do the surname down here. Stormfeather. So that's pretty much character customization and creation. I imagine different things, like if you're a robot, you probably won't have lip color, you might not have piercings and things like that. So I imagine each type of class is going to have something different. You can rotate, you can zoom in. Looks like that's as far, it's 2-stage zoom as far as that goes. And I think that's good. Let's go ahead and create it. That name is taken, Lindee, maybe? That one's taken too. Linndy. There we go. Alright, so we got Lind, Linn, Linndy. So we're going to try and get that same name in WoW. Don't know if it's going to work. So I think that will conclude this video. I'm going to, right now, this video is actually going to have the WoW right now, or maybe the WoW came first. No, the WoW will come right now. So hopefully you enjoyed this part, and stay tuned for another minute, and we will, well, I guess it'll be a second for you. But that's it. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we are back, and so there's been some things that have been going on with WoW, and their next release is actually called Shadowlands that you can see here. This is the public test realm, and one of the first things that is really big that is happening is right now the level cap is like 120. That's as high as you can reach. They're doing a crunch on that. So once Shadowlands is released, the highest level you can reach will be 60. So this right here is a copy of my highest level on World of Warcraft's regular realms. She is actually 120. And you can see when she was converted over here, she is now a level 50. So some of the differences between WoW and DDO, there are many more realms on, or I guess servers that you can connect to. I don't know what DDO actually calls them, but these are like the server clusters that you can join, and there's actually various types. I don't know if on this there's gonna separate the types very much, but no, this isn't actually showing. So the types that you can have, as you can see here, there's normal, there's role-playing, there's PvP, where you're player versus player always on. You can't turn it off. Role-playing and normal is pretty much the same in the sense that, you know, you might get people role-playing more, I guess, on the role-playing realm. I've never fully understood what that is. I've actually joined a role-playing realm, and it really isn't that different. Now, in the public test realm arena, there's only 5 of them. However, in regular WoW, there's actually, I would say there's probably 50, and then there's actual areas too, like you have the Americas, the Oceanic, the, what else do they call it? I can't remember, but there's actually tons upon tons and tons of realms. Now, having said that, part of the reason I wanted to definitely bring that is because there's 2 main factions in WoW. There's the Alliance, which is, I don't necessarily want to say good guys, but they're a faction. And then there's the Horde, which I also don't want to say bad guys, because in the Horde's mind, they are the good guys. They want, you know, what's best for their people. And the Alliance wants to extinguish the Horde kind of thing, and vice versa. So you have the 2 factions. Now if we go into create a new character, like I said before, you can have up to 50 characters. I'm not sure what the level cap will be on the test on the starter account or the free account, but I'm pretty sure it won't be 50. The other thing with WoW is you do pay for the expansions. However, if you got on right now, basically with just the main thing, if you bought Shadowlands, it actually includes all the previous expansions inside of it. Or if you buy Battle for Azeroth, which is the current expansion, it includes all the previous expansions within it as well. So that's kind of a cool thing. If we go in here, you'll actually see more of what I was talking about. So you have the Alliance and you have the Horde. These are just the races. Now, unlike DDO, some races don't have certain classes available to them. For example, Night Elves are kind of well, actually, Draenor is probably the best example. They're notoriously good. They believe in the light and goodness and all that fun stuff. So, for example, a Warlock, which is necrotic, is not available to them. And then, for whatever reason, some of these others. Now, Demon Hunter, you can only have one on your account. So, unfortunately, I can't show you Demon Hunter. But here you can see this is a Draenor, which is, I would say, as close as you can get to a Tiefling of the Light, because they're not considered demons. So, race-wise, you have Human, you have Dwarf, you have Elf or Night Elf, you have Gnome, you have Draenor, you have Worgen, which is kind of a werewolf. This shows you what you look like when you're in werewolf form. This is what you would look like in human form. And then you have Pandaria, which is actually, you'll notice, across both races. So this is kind of unique because the Pandaren, you actually play in an area as a neutral. You're not Alliance nor Horde. And at the end of your starting area, you select which way you want to go. These ones right here are actually, if you get exalted with various other races, they become available. In the public test realm, all you have to do is hit level 10 with the character, and then all these guys become available. So this is the Mechanome I was talking about. You can see she's mostly mech. Well, yeah, she's mostly mech. There's the Kultiran, which is almost human, but they have different stats. Now, if we want to see stats and stuff, we can just right-click here, and we can actually see what their individual types of stats are. We have the Dark Iron Dwarf, which is probably closest to the Drugar. Is that what they're called? Drugar? Lightforged Draenor. Lightforged. Tell you the truth, I'm not 100% sure what the difference between these would be. Other than these definitely have more light stuff. These have some healing, things like that. And then Void Elf, which my guess is more your necrotic. Gives you an elf, but gives you some of those necrotic things, such as Warlock. So, and then of course you have your Orc, you have your Undead. I don't think there's really an Undead class in DDO. There's Tauren, which also is not in DDO. There's Troll, which is not in DDO. There is the Blood Elf, which probably would be kind of a high elf. There's Goblin, which I don't think there's really anything in DDO for that. And then of course Pandaren. Then with your ones that you can unlock if you become exalted with these people, there's the Vulpera, which is, did I say Vulpera? Yeah, Vulpera, which is more along the lines of dogs, I guess. There's Zandalari Troll, which is a type of troll. Then we have the Orc. We have the Maghar Orc. We have the High Mountain Tauren, and we have the Nightborn, which you can kind of guess what they come from. So these give you lots and lots of options for your races. Like I said, probably with default WoW, once it's all released and not on the public test realm, it will just be these 7 here and these 7 here. Then you unlock these, as you get better and higher levels and more reputation with different factions. Now, having said that, there are, what is it, 11 classes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Learn to count, Taz. So as you can see, there's a warrior, which is kind of your fighter. There's a hunter, which is also kind of ranger. I'm comparing these to DDO. Your mage, which I would say is probably your wizard, but there's really not a sorcerer in WoW, so this is probably a wizard slash sorcerer. There's a rogue, which is your rogue. Your priest, which is a soft cleric. They don't actually get heavy armor or anything like that. They just get cloth. Your warlock, which is a warlock. Your paladin, which is a paladin. If we go to night elf, we can see druid, which is a druid. Oh, I guess I can click on it. There you go. A shaman. I know Draenor has shaman. So you have shaman, which is, I mean, that would be your sorcerer. They're more in tune with the elements. I don't know. You have a monk, which is a monk, and I won't be able to click on that, unfortunately. And then you have a death knight, which is, I don't think there's anything in DDO that is a death knight. You can tell me if you know. So anyway, like I said, we're going to create a rogue. We could do maybe, our other one's an elf, so we could either go blood elf or night elf as a rogue. I don't know which one looks cooler. That's what we should say. She has like leaves in her hair and a nice ponytail. Let's just do night elf. So we're going to create a night elf. So now let's get into the optimization. You can also, when you're on this, you can actually do a class trial, which will let you create a 48 level character. It only works for a tiny bit of time, but if you do have a subscription or whatever, you can always unlock that. Like if I bought a subscription, I could turn this into a full character. So let's go ahead and into customization. So as you can see, let's get rid of the bug report. You can see we basically have the face. Now you'll see we actually have many levels of zoom. We can rotate them just like we did in DDO. However, you actually have, you can zoom out quite a bit and in quite a bit and anywhere in between, which is kind of nice. So with the face, we have 9 options. We can just mouse over to get through them. I don't like the scar personally. Let's do that one. Skin color, there are 12 options, so you can choose what skin color you want. I don't know. Then hairstyles, we have lots of those. There's 20 of those. And you will see, I'm always a sucker for ponytails. And then of course you can also choose eyebrow length, which is 4. You have wild, like the Juice Man, lifted, or short. We're going to do short. Hair color, this will include the eyebrows, maybe something like that. Now a new feature with is eye color that is with the PTR stuff or the Shadowlands. You didn't normally have that, and you can actually have 2 colored eyes. So you can see these ones with the 2 will actually give you 2 color eyes. I'm not a big fan of that. Some people might be, but I don't think it looks that great. So there we go. That is your main face type things. Now different characters will have different options. I'm assuming the scar is under here if I remember right. Markings. So this is the marking on her face. We could actually change, blades, crane. Let's do claws. That looks kind of cool. Let's change their color to maybe a purpley color. We can choose her ears are short right now. They can be thin and long, thick and long, feral, short or rough. I think I'll just leave them short. Earrings. Did I miss? Use tail short. Scratch. Oh, here's the scars. I missed it. So you're going to have different types of scars, like a burn. You can see that, a claw on the side of her face, swipe. I don't like scars, so I'm not going to do that. I was wondering where that was. Let's go ahead. Earrings. So you have 4 different. We have these nice blades, crescent, or none. I'm going to do the blades. Those look kind of cool. Then we have nose ring. I'm not a fan of nose rings, but if you are, there's the ring on the side of the nose, the septum, or a stud. I'll say none. Headdress. You can see she's wearing a little circlet. This is also new. I'm going to say none on that. The necklace is also one that's new. Vines, choker. I don't know, maybe I'll do the circlet because it matches up with that. And then we have our actual character. Do we want these vines? So we can actually say don't put vines in her hair or put vines in her hair. This is based off of the type of thing. And then you can change the vine color. So the green doesn't look that great with green. Maybe purple to match kind of that. And there you go. So let's go ahead and give her a name. Hopefully this works. What did I do it? L-I-N-N. I-N-N-D-Y. It should, because there's not a billion people on the test realm. By the way, if you want to try the test realm, I believe it's available for everyone. I don't know if it's just for subscription or not. All you do is when you download the Blizzard Battle.net launcher, you just do the drop down where it says World of Warcraft and say World of Warcraft Test Realm. So Lindy looks like it's already taken. So how about D-E-E? How's that one? That says it's available. And then this is also new. There's a starting area where all characters can go through. And then there's the default one. This is just for night elves. Then if you made a dwarf, it would be Ironforge, or I can't remember the actual name of the area, or gnomes have their own area and all that. So we're actually, with ours, going to do the Exiles Reach. And there we go. We have now created a character in both, and they're both rogues, so we can kind of get an idea of the differences of how they play and what you do. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I know this is going to end up probably being about 25 minutes, but I think we did a pretty good job of just, you know, going over these things. Hopefully you did enjoy. Like I said, if you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. And that's it. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.